I am back with the review and recommendation, but I'm gonna start off this video with the usual excuses. I haven't been around because, it's the holidays, also life and work, and I'm barely hanging in there. And the first thing apparently to go by the wayside is social media, although you've probably been seeing me lurking, commenting, and not replying back, so I'm probably gonna try and catch up on those comments sometime and a couple of videos that I want to share. Don't be surprised if I do what I usually do, and that is be infrequent. I have pretty much reached my reading goals for the year, so I'm kind of slowed down when it comes to reading, and it took me nearly 2 weeks to finish my first book of the month. We have Eternal Ruin. This is the sequel to the debut novel by an Ethiopian writer living in Australia. When it comes to this plot, this is appealing to readers who are looking for diverse authors, storylines, characters, complex world building, who like supernatural and magical elements, specifically vampires, and loves a novel full of the yearning and the burning and the devotion to one another and to the blood. This novel is also appealing because it makes use of a university setting in order to build up the society and the world that everything takes place, including magical houses with laws that must be conquered. And the magic doesn't stop there. There's also artifacts and an entire unknown history being revealed in the pages as to why the vampires are ruled by certain laws. Now, don't get me wrong about the next part of the review, because I'm going to be talking about what some people may see as downsides. This is definitely a series that I'm going to keep on following. But if you're not into complex world building, one in which the series isn't fully complete yet, this may not be the story for you. It does help out that whenever we switch between our main characters and their perspectives, the chapters will name the person and their point of view that we're going to be focusing on. But it is an entire universe within this university system, and there's a lot of characters. Because this series is so new, one of the downsides is that there is yet to be an entire wiki set up to go through all the different ins and outs. And from the information that we have in the 2 books so far, this is definitely a series that's going to benefit from many articles about the different things that are said, the different characters that are introduced, and the different timelines. I guess I'm complaining that the author isn't giving us enough of her universe fast enough. When it comes to the audience for this book, I feel like this is going to border along the adult of young adult, and that's because so far, even though there is love interest and a lot of descriptive words about how passionate people would love to be with one another, it isn't necessarily graphic, and that aspect, if I'm giving it a spice level rating, I would say 1 pepper. What makes it adult is the violence. This is not a story about 2 different humanoid species coexisting peacefully with one another. I mean, there is peace, but there's a lot of backstabbing, betrayal, lies in order to keep the society going, and violence. Lots and lots of violence. So that's what really makes it adult in nature. This one did take me a little bit longer to read, and that's because I believe I took so much time in between reading the first novel and the second one. I really had to think about who the characters were, what happened in the first book, and why that's important to the events moving forward. It took me about a good quarter to halfway through the book for me to really find my footing, but once I was in the story, just like the first novel, I was hooked. So yes, I'm devastated now that I finished Eternal Ruin, that there isn't a book 3 yet published, because I need to know what the hell is going to happen next.